Have you ever felt like your children, the ones you raised with love and care, don't give you the respect or attention you deserve? It's a gut punch, isn't it? You might feel invisible, like your years of wisdom and sacrifice are being overlooked. Maybe you're wondering, why don't they call more? Why do they seem so distant? If you're nodding along, you're not alone. As we age, our relationships with our adult children can shift in ways we never expected. Sometimes, it's not just a busy schedule keeping them away, it can feel like a lack of respect or even neglect. But here's the good news: you can stay calm, reclaim your peace, and navigate this with grace. Today on Thrive After 60 Plus, we're diving into when you grow old. If your children don't respect or ignore you, stay calm and do these 8 things. This topic hits home because as we age, our emotional and physical health are deeply tied to our relationships. Feeling ignored or disrespected can take a toll on your heart, both emotionally and physically. Studies show that social disconnection can increase stress, raise cortisol levels, and even impact your immune system. But you don't have to let these feelings define your golden years. In this video, we'll explore 8 science-backed strategies to help you stay calm, rebuild connection, and thrive no matter how your children respond. These strategies are rooted in psychology, physiology, and practical lifestyle changes, and they're designed to empower you to take charge of your well-being. We'll cover first, understanding why your children might seem distant. Second, managing your emotional reactions. Third, communicating your needs effectively. Fourth, building your own social network. Fifth, prioritizing your physical health to boost resilience. Sixth, setting healthy boundaries. Seventh, rediscovering your purpose. And finally, seeking professional support when needed. Along the way, we'll share relatable stories, actionable tips, and insights into how aging affects your body and mind. By the end, you'll feel equipped to handle these challenges with confidence and peace. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's dive into this journey together. Ready? Let's start with reason number 1. Number 1. Understand why your children might seem distant. Have you ever wondered why your kids who once clung to your side now seem worlds away? It's easy to take it personally, but there's often more to the story. From a psychological perspective, adult children may pull back due to their own life demands, careers, parenting, or even their own emotional struggles. As we age, our expectations for connection might not align with theirs. Attachment theory suggests that adults form new primary bonds, often with partners or friends, which can shift their focus away from parents. Physiologically, aging can make us more sensitive to rejection, as our brain's prefrontal cortex, which regulates emotions, becomes less efficient. This can amplify feelings of being ignored. Plus, generational differences, like younger adults' reliance on digital communication, can create a disconnect. Understanding these factors isn't about excusing their behavior, it's about seeing the bigger picture so you can respond with clarity. Let's meet Susan, a 68-year-old retired teacher. Susan noticed her daughter Emily stopped calling as often after starting a demanding job. At first, Susan felt hurt, thinking Emily didn't value her anymore. But after reflecting, she realized Emily was juggling long hours and a new baby. Susan decided to learn about Emily's world. She asked about her job and sent short, supportive texts instead of expecting long phone calls. Over time, Emily opened up more, and their bond grew stronger. Susan's story shows that understanding the why behind distance can shift your perspective and open new ways to connect. Actionable tips: start by observing without judgment. Note when your children seem distant and what might be going on in their lives. Try a gentle check-in, like a text saying, "Hey, just thinking of you. How's your week going?" Avoid accusations. Instead, ask open-ended questions to learn about their world. Journaling can help you process your feelings and spot patterns. If tech is a barrier, ask a grandchild or friend to teach you how to use video calls or messaging apps. Small steps like these can bridge the gap. What's one thing you've noticed about your kids' behavior lately? Share it in the comments below, and if you haven't subscribed, hit that button and turn on the bell. Number 2. Manage your emotional reactions. Does it sting when your child brushes off your advice or forgets to call? That hurt is real, and it's tied to how our brains process emotions as we age. Psychologically, feeling disrespected can trigger a stress response, releasing cortisol that spikes your heart rate and blood pressure. Over time, chronic stress can weaken your immune system and increase risks of anxiety or depression. The amygdala, your brain's emotional center, can become more reactive with age, making you feel slights more intensely. But you can take control by managing your reactions. Mindfulness and emotional regulation techniques, like deep breathing or reframing thoughts, can calm your nervous system and help you respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. Here's a practical approach. When you feel ignored, pause and take 5 slow breaths, inhaling for 4 seconds and exhaling for 6. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system, lowering stress. Reframe the situation. Maybe your child's silence isn't disrespect but distraction. For example, John, a 70-year-old widower, felt crushed when his son ignored his calls. Instead of stewing, John started a daily gratitude journal, listing 3 things he appreciated. This shifted his focus from hurt to hope, and he felt calmer when he finally talked to his son, who apologized for being overwhelmed. John's story shows how managing emotions can preserve your peace. Actionable tips: practice mindfulness daily. Try a 5-minute meditation app like Calm or Headspace. When upset, use the stop technique. Stop, take a breath, observe your feelings, proceed calmly. Write down your emotions to process them without judgment. If you feel overwhelmed, try progressive muscle relaxation. Tense and release each muscle group to ease tension. These habits build emotional resilience over time. How do you handle those tough moments of feeling ignored? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you haven't subscribed, hit that button and turn on the bell. Number 3. Communicate your needs effectively. Have you ever tried telling your kids how you feel, only to feel like you're talking to a wall? Clear communication is key, but it's not always easy. As we age, our communication style might lean on past patterns, like hinting instead of being direct, which can lead to misunderstandings. Psychologically, assertive communication strengthens relationships by fostering mutual respect. Physiologically, expressing your needs reduces stress hormones, protecting your heart and mental health. The challenge is balancing honesty with kindness, so your children hear you without feeling attacked. Nonviolent communication (NVC) is a great framework. State your observation, express your feelings, clarify your needs, and make a clear request. For example, instead of saying, "You never call me," try, "I've noticed we haven't talked much lately, and I feel a bit lonely. I'd love to connect more. Could we set a time to chat each week?" This approach invites collaboration. Practice active listening too. When your child responds, reflect back what you hear, like, "It sounds like you're really busy with work." This builds trust. Over time, these conversations can shift dynamics, even if they start small. Actionable tips: write down what you want to say before a conversation to stay focused. Use I statements to express feelings without blame. Schedule a specific time to talk, like a Sunday evening call, to make it routine. If face-to-face feels tough, write a heartfelt letter or email. Be patient. Change takes time, but consistent, kind communication pays off. What's one thing you'd like to tell your kids but haven't yet? Share in the comments, and if you haven't subscribed, hit that button and turn on the bell. Number 4. Build your own social network. Feeling ignored by your kids can make you feel isolated, but here's a truth: you don't need to rely solely on them for connection. As we age, our social circles often shrink, friends move away, and family gets busy. Psychologically, strong social ties boost self-esteem and reduce depression risk. Physiologically, social interaction releases oxytocin, the feel-good hormone, which lowers stress and supports heart health. Studies show that older adults with diverse social networks live longer and report higher life satisfaction. Building your own community through hobbies, volunteering, or local groups gives you purpose and reduces dependence on your children for emotional fulfillment. Take Linda, a 74-year-old who felt sidelined by her busy sons. She joined a local book club and started volunteering at a community garden. At first, she was nervous, but soon she made friends who shared her love for mysteries and roses. These connections gave her joy and confidence, and she felt less hurt when her sons were distant. Linda's story shows that creating your own network can fill your heart and calendar. Actionable tips: join a local senior center or community group. Check out classes like yoga or painting. Try online platforms like Meetup to find hobby-based groups. Volunteer for a cause you care about, like a food bank or animal shelter. Start small, attend one event, and introduce yourself to one person. Invite a neighbor for coffee to spark a friendship. These steps build a support system that lifts you up. What's a hobby or group you've always wanted to try? Let me know in the comments, and if you haven't subscribed, hit that button and turn on the bell. Number 5. Prioritize your physical health to boost resilience. Ever notice how a bad day feels worse when you're tired or achy? Your physical health is the foundation for handling emotional challenges, like feeling ignored. As we age, our bodies change. Muscle mass decreases, inflammation rises, and energy levels can dip. These shifts, tied to declining hormones like estrogen or testosterone, can make stress harder to manage. But regular exercise, a balanced diet, and good sleep can boost your resilience. Exercise, for instance, increases endorphins, which improve mood and strengthens the prefrontal cortex, helping you regulate emotions. A diet rich in omega-3s and antioxidant supports brain health, while sleep repairs your body and mind. Actionable tips: aim for 150 minutes of moderate exercise weekly, like brisk walking or swimming. Eat a Mediterranean-style diet. Think fish, nuts, and colorful veggies. Prioritize 7 to 8 hours of sleep by setting a consistent bedtime and avoiding screens before bed. Try gentle yoga or Tai Chi to combine movement and mindfulness. Check with your doctor before starting new routines, especially if you have health conditions. Small changes like a 10-minute walk or swapping soda for water add up. What's one healthy habit you want to start this week? Share in the comments, and if you haven't subscribed, hit that button and turn on the bell.
Number 6. Set healthy boundaries. Do you ever feel like you're giving too much to your kids without getting respect in return? Setting boundaries is about protecting your energy and self-worth. Psychologically, boundaries clarify expectations and reduce resentment, fostering healthier relationships. Physiologically, they lower stress by preventing overextension, which can spike cortisol and strain your heart. Boundaries might mean saying no to last-minute demands or limiting how often you're available if interactions feel disrespectful. The key is consistency. Clear boundaries, calmly enforced, teach others how to treat you. For example, instead of always dropping everything for your child's requests, you might say, "I'm happy to help, but I need a day's notice to plan my schedule." This shows respect for yourself and them. Practice assertive phrases in advance, and don't feel guilty. Boundaries are an act of self-care, not rejection. Actionable tips. Identify one behavior that feels disrespectful, like dismissive comments, and decide your boundary. Communicate it clearly, like, "I'd appreciate it if we could speak respectfully during our talks." Stick to it by calmly redirecting or stepping away if needed. Reflect on your needs weekly to adjust boundaries. If it's hard, role-play with a friend to build confidence. Boundaries take practice but empower you. What boundary would you like to set with your kids? Tell me in the comments, and if you haven't subscribed, hit that button and turn on the bell. Number 7. Rediscover your purpose. When your kids seem distant, it can feel like your role as a parent and your purpose is fading. But your 60s and beyond are a perfect time to rediscover what lights you up. Psychologically, having a sense of purpose boosts mental health and reduces anxiety. Studies show that older adults with clear goals report lower rates of depression. Physiologically, purpose-driven activities, like learning or creating, stimulate dopamine release, enhancing mood and cognitive function. Whether it's painting, mentoring, or gardening, finding meaning outside your role as a parent can shift your focus from hurt to fulfillment. Actionable tips. Reflect on what you loved as a younger adult, maybe writing or cooking, and try it again. Take a class, like pottery or photography, to spark creativity. Volunteer to share your skills, like tutoring kids or helping at a library. Set a small goal, like learning one new recipe a month. Journal about what gives you joy to uncover your passions. These steps help you thrive independently. What's one thing that gives you purpose? Share in the comments, and if you haven't subscribed, hit that button and turn on the bell. Number 8. Seek professional support when needed. Sometimes feeling ignored or disrespected by your kids can weigh too heavily to handle alone. That's okay. Seeking help is a strength, not a weakness. Psychologically, therapy can help you process emotions and develop coping strategies. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT for example, reframes negative thoughts, reducing their emotional grip. Physiologically, talking to a professional lowers stress hormones, improving sleep and overall health. A counselor or support group can also offer perspective, especially if family dynamics feel stuck. There's no shame in needing a guide to navigate this season of life. Actionable tips. Look for a licensed therapist through sites like Psychology Today, or ask your doctor for a referral. Try teletherapy if mobility is an issue. Join a senior support group, online or in person, to connect with others who get it. Start with one session to see if it feels right. If cost is a concern, check for sliding scale options or community mental health services. You deserve support. Have you ever considered talking to someone about your challenges? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you haven't subscribed, hit that button and turn on the bell. Conclusion.
Wow, we've covered so much today, haven't we? Let's take a moment to reflect on the 8 things you can do if your children don't respect or seem to ignore you. First, we explored understanding why they might be distant, seeing their perspective to reduce hurt. Second, we talked about managing your emotions with mindfulness to stay calm. Third, we covered communicating your needs clearly to rebuild connection. Fourth, we emphasized building your own social network for joy and support. Fifth, we highlighted how physical health boosts resilience against emotional stress. Sixth, we discussed setting boundaries to protect your peace. Seventh, we encouraged rediscovering your purpose to find fulfillment. And eighth, we stressed seeking professional help when you need it. Each of these steps, grounded in science and empathy, empowers you to thrive, no matter how your children respond. What stood out to you today? Maybe it's Susan's story of reconnecting with her daughter, or the idea of joining a book club to build new friendships. Whatever it is, you have the power to take small, meaningful steps toward a happier, healthier you. Aging brings changes, physically, emotionally, and socially, but it also brings wisdom and opportunity. You're not defined by how others treat you, even your kids. You're defined by how you choose to live, love, and grow. I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you learned today or plan to try? Drop it in the comments below, and let's keep this conversation going. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, hit that button and turn on the bell. Your support means the world to Thrive After 60+, and it helps us reach more people like you. Thank you for spending this time with me. You're amazing, and I'm so grateful you're here. Next week, we'll dive into another topic to help you live your best life after 60, so stay tuned. See you then.